The laws of physics are supposed to be universal, but nature has a few glitches that never got patched. These are the creatures with abilities that look less like evolution and more like they're breaking the rules of nature. From a strike so fast, it creates flashes of light that reach the temperature of the sun, to a species that can reset its own life cycle. These are the top 5 animals with illegal abilities. Number 5. Mantis Shrimp. The mantis shrimp operates at a speed that should theoretically tear its own muscles apart. To achieve its strike, it doesn't just rely on muscle contraction, it uses a biological spring and latch system. It builds up massive amounts of elastic energy in its skeleton and then releases it all at once, accelerating its clubs at over 10,000 Gs. To put that in perspective, if a human arm were to accelerate at that rate, it would instantly turn into liquid. In less than 3 milliseconds, those clubs reach the velocity of a handgun bullet. But the most incredible part isn't the physical impact. It's what happens to the water surrounding it. The strike is so fast it creates a vacuum, a phenomenon known as supercavitation. These tiny vacuum bubbles form and then instantly collapse, releasing a secondary shockwave of energy. At the exact moment of that collapse, the pressure generates a flash of light and temperatures that briefly approach the surface of the sun. Even if the shrimp misses its target, the resulting pressure wave is often enough to stun or kill its prey instantly. Number 4. Lyre Bird. At first, it sounds like a standard forest bird, until you realize you aren't listening to a bird at all. The lyre bird possesses a specialized vocal organ called a syrinx that is so complex, it can perfectly replicate almost any sound frequency it encounters. This isn't just a bird mimicking a sound, it's a perfect copy. Because the lyre bird's vocal organ has 2 separate parts that work independently, it can actually produce 2 different notes at the exact same time. This allows it to recreate the mechanical whine of a chainsaw or the shutter click of a camera with a level of detail that shouldn't be possible for a throat made of muscle and bone. It's essentially a living, breathing recorder that has bypassed the natural limits of vocal evolution. Number 3. Wood frog. Biologically speaking, being frozen solid is a death sentence for almost any organism. But the wood frog has developed a loophole that allows it to survive in a state of clinical death. As winter hits, this frog doesn't just hibernate, it literally turns into a block of ice. Its heart stops beating, its lungs stop breathing, and nearly 70% of the water in its body freezes. In any other creature, the expansion of that ice would rupture the cell walls and cause instant, irreversible organ failure. To pull this off, the frog floods its own system with a massive, concentrated dose of sugar. This creates a biological syrup that lowers the freezing point inside its cells. While the water between the cells turns into jagged ice crystals, the vital interior remains liquid. It's effectively armor-plating its own organs at a cellular level to keep them from shattering. When the temperature rises, the frog doesn't need a medical miracle, it just needs an hour. Its heart restarts on its own, its blood begins to flow, and it simply thaws out and hops away as if it hadn't spent the last 3 months as a biological ice cube. It's a reset button that completely ignores the standard rules of mortality. Number 2. Pistol shrimp. While the mantis shrimp uses its speed to punch through targets, the pistol shrimp uses its speed to manipulate the state of matter. Unlike most hunters, it doesn't need to touch its prey to kill it. Instead, it uses a specialized, oversized claw that acts like a hammer and anvil. When the shrimp snaps this claw shut, it ejects a jet of water at over 60 miles per hour. This jet moves so fast, it creates a massive drop in pressure, ripping a hole in the water itself to create a vacuum pocket. As the surrounding water pressure crushes that pocket, it implodes with a force that reaches 200 to 10 decibels, a sound louder than a gunshot. But the real glitch happens during the collapse. For a fraction of a microsecond, the gas inside that pocket is compressed so violently that it generates a flash of light and temperatures of 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit. that is nearly as hot as the surface of the sun. The resulting shockwave is so powerful it can shatter glass and liquefy the internal organs of small fish instantly. It is the only animal on Earth that essentially hunts with a plasma cannon. Number 1. The Immortal Jellyfish. In biology, aging is a one-way street, but the Immortal Jellyfish has found a way to put the entire process in reverse. When this jellyfish faces physical damage, starvation, or even old age, it doesn't die. Instead, it triggers a cellular reset. It retracts its tentacles, shrinks its body, and sinks to the ocean floor. At a cellular level, it undergoes a rare process called transdifferentiation, where its mature, specialized cells literally transform back into young, unspecialized ones. It essentially reverts from a fully grown adult back into a polyp, the jellyfish equivalent of a newborn. It's the biological equivalent of a 90-year-old man turning back into a toddler to start life all over again. Because it can repeat this cycle indefinitely, it is the only known multicellular organism that is biologically immortal. Unless it's eaten or crushed, it will technically live forever. It is a living paradox that has completely deleted the concept of a natural lifespan. In a world governed by the laws of physics and biology, these 5 creatures are the glitches that prove the rules don't always apply.